One of the little games that I play when I'm bored, usually in company. So, for example, if I'm sitting in a cafe or waiting at a bus stop, sitting on a train, that kind of thing. One of the things I do to pass the time is I imagine myself. How to explain it? I kind of imagine myself inside the body of other people. So if I see someone reading the paper, I sort of imagine myself into the position that they are in. It's not, I can't imagine what they're seeing. It's not a visual thing. It's a kind of kinesthetic thing, really. I find it quite easy to imagine the positioning of my arms and legs and the inclination of my head being the same as theirs. Even though I'm not moving myself, I don't copy them or anything like that. I just imagine it. But it's a definite feeling. I can definitely feel the sense of their posture somehow inside of my own. And I can do it really quickly. I'm sure anybody can do this, but I find I can do it quite quickly, so I can look from one person to another quite quickly and sort of feel this internal posture, this gesture inside of myself, switching as I look from one person to another. I'm trying to think about what's happening there. I'm presuming one of the things that could be happening there is it could be a kind of mirror neuron response. The idea of mirror neurons is pretty well known now. I know Ramachandran's written some stuff about it. I think it comes out of some Italian researchers, Galesi and I can't get the person's name. But it's this idea that some of our neuronal processes, possibly even dedicated neurons, have this function of not only actuating our own motor system, but these neurons fire when we do something. They also fire when we see someone else do something. So some of the same neuronal processes that are happening when I grab hold of something, those same processes are happening when I see someone else grab hold of something. Or possibly even when I hear someone use the word grasp or something like that. But this idea that our neurons somehow simulate or mirror the activities of other people around us, producing some at least of the response of ourselves carrying out that physical action, maybe behind this pastime that I have for internally stimulating the physical actions of other people around us. One of the things I find with that, it's been quite an interesting experience doing it actually. One of the things that I find particularly interesting about it is that since the only response I'm getting is this kinesthetic thing. I'm not seeing through their eyes. I'm not, feeling the texture of the newspaper that they're holding on my fingertips. None of those things are simulated, apparently, at least not in me. I don't have quite the same attachment, or there's not a full-fledged sense of being in their body that I have when I'm in my own body. Here I am in my own body now, and I'm looking out, and I'm having all these sights and sounds and smells, and feeling the textures and so on. When I'm stimulating someone else's body internally through presumably this neuronal process, the only thing that's happening, as I said, is kinetic. It's kinesthetic. It feels like that's the only thing happening. So I'm not wholly committed to that inhabiting. And what that allows me to do, or what I'm finding quite interesting about that, is that there's not the harsh distinction between that feeling of being and the external world. Because when I'm seeing someone, so I'm seeing there they are, this material object, this person, sitting on this other material object, this chair, and perhaps holding this other material object, this newspaper. So it's all one stuff, really. And yet part of me at the same time is kind of inhabiting or embodying or stimulating one element in that gestalt. So there's not quite the same radical separation that seems to be in place a lot of the time when I'm in my own body. Come on, dogs, this way. Come on. So yeah, that's quite interesting.